Hey friends, it's your girl Channeling Chelsea here, back with another controversial topic, another controversial video, y'all. This time we're talking Chris Brown versus Drake in the category of sex appeal. Before we get into this video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Y'all, I got a lot of cool content. If you're interested in entertainment, fashion, celebrity news, if you're interested in movies, music reviews, recaps, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I got a lot of cool content coming your way. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. So hear me out, y'all. When it comes to comparing Drake and Chris Brown in the category of sex appeal, who is the sexiest man? I'm gonna look at a number of factors, y'all. I would be remiss if I didn't look at every single angle I could really to kind of get a hold on what I think here. So we're gonna talk about their come up, their background. We're gonna talk about their body, their physique, their fitness. We're gonna also talk their overall aesthetic and just, their vibe. All right, so y'all know I always like to take it back. I like to go way, way back, and I like to talk about the come up. Let's start with Chris. Chris, when he was introduced, I'm sorry, y'all gotta close my eyes. I was in middle school and I was a fangirl, so let me just, channel that. Ooh. When I was first introduced to Chris Brown, I think it was either like Yo or Run It. It may have had something to do with like 106 in Park. Y'all, I can vividly imagine the videos in my head. And after seeing this guy, this smooth, young, just gentleman, really, I knew I was in for it. Y'all, if y'all know anything about girls and the boy, that phase of being like boy crazy, it's real, y'all. I was obsessed with like B5. I was obsessed with like Chris Brown. I was obsessed with Lil Wayne. Y'all, I had my little crushes. So, I guess everybody has their like own celebrity crushes, but when Chris Brown hit the scene, y'all, and he was giving that gentleman, he had on like a suit. He was very down to earth. Oh my God, I was in love with Chris Brown. Needless to say, me and my best friend at the time, we bought his album and all we listened to was Chris Brown. I know every single word off his debut album. I know every single word. And I'm not even that hardcore of a Chris Brown fan. And I know every single word off the debut album. It was a really good album. So, I'm thinking, Run It, Yo, Never a Right Time to Say Goodbye. And he was just like this sweet, charming, young guy. And I became obsessed and I was in love. Like everybody in my middle school went to his show, and I don't think I got to go that year, but he came back another year. Was it in New Orleans or was it Baton Rouge? And I went, and oh my God, y'all. He was grinding all up and down that stage. And this was Take You Down. This was like Take You Down. And, oh, y'all. It was just Drake. We met Drake on Degrassi. He played Jimmy, who was kind of like this passive guy on the show. He was the main character. We didn't necessarily have like that main character energy that he now has. So, we kind of just knew him as Jimmy, and honestly, nobody really paid too much attention to Jimmy until he got shot by the guy who was like being bullied. Y'all remember that episode, and he got shot, and it was really quite tragic. Jimmy lived, he survived, but he was just paralyzed. So, that's kind of how we were introduced to Drake, and then he disappeared from the face of the earth, or for in our country, as far as we knew, in America, because he's Canadian. So fast forward maybe like 4 years later, because I was watching Degrassi when I was in middle school, in high school, you hear about this guy on the scene, with Lil Wayne. And I can't remember his first mixtape. I can't remember like exactly all of the songs. When it comes to So Far Gone, y'all, by the time Wayne introduced him and vouched for him, and I'd heard some Drake stuff myself, and I knew it was Jimmy from Degrassi. Maybe I can't speak for everybody, but for me, that was like maybe a good 60% of it. It was a good 60% of me even giving Drake a listen. And then when I got there to listen, he was actually really good. So, yeah, that was cool. With that said, Chris was a gentleman. Drake came in and he was already kind of known in the entertainment industry. But then when you talk about come up, you got to go into their early years, because then Chris starts dating Rihanna. And y'all know how relationships work. Y'all know how couples work. Depending on who your boo is, that could like make or break you in the entertainment industry. Sometimes you deal with somebody and nobody cares. And then sometimes you deal with somebody and everybody cares. And it's like this huge big deal. And it's even a way for y'all to generate some income. YouTube couples. Chris started dating Rihanna right out the gate. And immediately that like elevated his whole brand. that brought him from just this like nobody to like somebody, and actually like the guy to like, no, I mean, like, what, Rihanna? Like, okay. Then, you know, Drake has been connected to like so many women, and he like does that. I think he's been like planning this certified lover boy persona for a really long time, because Drake has been literally name dropping and, you know, etc. for years in his songs. Like literally just showing us how much of a player, how much of a lover he is. But then, y'all, both of these guys kind of destroyed, you know, their like, I don't know, their image of like being lovers, because y'all know what happened with Chris Brown and Rihanna. We will not talk about that here on my channel. The things that kind of happened with Karrueche, and then the baby, and then the other baby. And then you got Drake, who will drop your name in a song in a second. And then Drake with the secret baby that got leaked. And, you know, these guys are just a little bit messy when it comes to the love life. So they came out strong, but dang, these growing young men got a lot of work to do, okay? So when you compare the come-ups, when you compare, you know, their early history, who do you think kind of like has the best like image? Who do you think had the best come-up image? The best like, you know, onset to their career? Let me know in the comments. All right, now we got to get into my category. And this is really the one for me, because y'all know how I am. Body. Okay, let's talk about body. So I can't speak for everybody, but I'll just go ahead and say that I don't really like have a type per se, but I know what I do and I don't like. I don't really like super thin guys, because I'm very petite myself, so I just don't really think that's going to work. So I like it to be a little thick, you know. I love guys that have like a nice little backside going on. We have Drake standing at a good 6 feet tall at about a solid 190 pounds. Then we have Chris, who stands at about a good 6'1", who is approximately 156 pounds. Now, both of these men are stacked, ladies. Okay, both of these men are stacked. Both of these men are just really, really, really fine in their own way. But when I break it down, I feel like Drake gives me more of like that dad, grown, mature, you know, sexy body. And then, you know, we have Chris, who is a little bit more slender. But man, it's something about the way that Chris kind of just like carries himself, right? I don't know if it's just the way that he just like walks, or his style, is his swag, his energy, his essence, his ambiance, y'all. Something about that man. He can be thin, he can be a little thicker. It does not matter. That man is just so fine. I prefer to date guys that look a little bit more like me, honestly. Like, I'm just naturally more attracted to that. But they're both giving the light skin vibes with the you know, the good hair and the tattoos, and it just makes you just wanna, I don't know. But I feel like in a situation with Drake, you know, he'd be very romantic. He'd probably bring me to dinner. You know, we talk about my likes and my dislikes and my hobbies, etc., etc. You know, he probably told me I was beautiful. But then I feel like somebody with Chris, like, he probably might not even like say anything. You know, he might not even have much to say at all. I feel like he's just the kind of guy that just like grabs you up, and not even in like a violent way, like not even like in an aggressive way, maybe, depending on what you like. But, you know, I just feel like he's the kind of guy that just like takes control and owns it. We're talking about sex appeal here, okay? And I don't know. So Drake, you know, he's okay with his style. He gives very much like that boxy look. You know, his pants aren't that tight, which I appreciate because he is a little bit thick. Chris Brown wears literally whatever he wants, and it just looks so good on him. He's got the crazy hair going and the piercings, and the way clothes, Chris Brown wears clothes the way that Rihanna wears clothes. Like, without them in it, the outfit probably wouldn't be that good, but once they step into it, it's sold out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to buy it. I never would have thought to put that jacket with those pants, but seeing you do it, Chris, I don't know. I want my man to have that on. Like, that's just, you know, that's what Chris gives. And I don't really look at Drake as kind of like a fashion or a style icon, which there's nothing wrong with that. There's not a lot of like men artists who you, I guess, can really look at like that, other than like Kanye. Because I know I damn sure ain't looking at Jay-Z to tell me what to wear, or so let's go into overall aesthetics. So overall, you know, Chris Brown and Drake. You know, Drake gives me that like cookie cutter, like by the book, kind of like lover boy who might like write you a love letter or send flowers to your job, or, you know, something romantic and sweet, surprise you for your birthday, take you out of the country, you know, things like that, which is very, very sexy, very, very attractive. And I guess it just depends on what you're looking for in like whatever moment you're in life, because I guess on one hand, that is really, really great and like stable and mature, besides the little secret baby thing. And then you got Chris Brown, who, you know, as charming and sweet as he was when he came out, he is no longer that way. And he's definitely given us all the bad boy vibes that you could ever even like want, or, you know, just like dream for in a guy. And like I said, I love them both. Like when we talk about music, I'm a fan of both. You know, y'all know Drake and Chris Brown both call themselves singing and rapping, so they are absolutely amazingly talented. But when it comes to sex appeal, I don't know. Some days I wake up and I feel like I might want to be with Drake, and then the next day, I don't know, I don't really want to be with Drake. I want to be with Chris. I don't know. So y'all decide based off the come up, you know, based off of their looks, the body, and just their overall aesthetic, their overall like brand image. Who would you say is the sexiest? Chris Brown or Drake? Who is the sexiest? Now listen, sis, don't be saying nothing crazy, because I am gonna respond. And y'all, and I honestly, I don't know two finer people than Chris Brown and Drake right now to pit against each other. I really don't. Let me know the kind of videos you guys want to see. And if you haven't already, like this video, and then go and watch my video on Cardi B versus Nicki Minaj. You won't want to miss it, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for channeling me.